Good morning. Apologies on my way again today, but we still got to get down to the work that we need to do. Okay, so today what you're ultimately going to be completing and handing in to your teacher is this response. So you've got a 4 marker on the contribution of St. Paul, and then an 8 marker with a quote, so it's going to make it more difficult. You're going to have 25 minutes to complete both of those. The number of lines indicated are a pretty good amount of writing that you would need to do if you're writing at 8 words per line. Okay. So what you're going to have to help you is you've got a sample essay that'll be here as well. Use this essay to read through to get some of the phrasing, but you've only got 20 minutes to prepare for this before you actually write it. While you're reading through it, you might use some of this information, if you don't have it already, from yesterday's lesson on this stuff to fill in the following 3 columns here. So I've done the first part for you, very similar to how we set out our analysis of baptism, where we linked, say, Saul's Jewish roots to his impact on the Council of Jerusalem, to his explanation of the Messiah coming again with Perusia, and linking that to the triune God, say. So this is, you can link any of these aspects in Paul's bio to his contributions to the teachings and theologies, to the principal beliefs of the tradition. What you need to do is you won't need 7 quotes or whatever the space is there, but you would probably need 3 good quotes that you could use. So you need to put your 3 quotes in there, and then this is what you need to fill in to help you with answering your response. The impact on the development of the tradition and the impact on the expression of the tradition. So anywhere where you see impact, it means that you need a before and an after. Before Saul, Christianity was like this. After Saul, it was like this because of everything else that he has done in there. How it is expressed, so essentially that's the beliefs and practices of the tradition. Before Paul, it was like this. After Paul, it is now like this. So you need to fill in these. I would suggest that you have 3 quotes, 4 impacts on development, 4 impacts on expression. Then you've got a really good structure for your essays. Describe the contribution of Saul of Tarsus to the development of Christianity. So there, a 4 marker, contribution to the development of Christianity. You would simply be talking about 4 of these areas. So it can be grabbing information from here and putting it into here, but obviously it's worded a little bit differently. You can't just say the impact on development was his journeys. The impact on the development was the Council of Jerusalem. You've got to say why, okay? So as a result of this, this is what occurred. So that's where your 4-mark response information would come from. For your 8-mark response, you've got to use the quote, obviously. So you need a complementary quote as well as the quote given here. So this column of quotes, and then the quote that they've given to you. To what extent? So that's an evaluate. We need to make a judgment. If it wasn't for Saul of Tarsus, it's highly likely that, and then you continue that. So make that judgment, and that's where the sample essay can help you there with some judgment language. It's not an analyse, so it's different to just making links. You have to make a judgment. Encourage Christians to stay true to the Lord. Okay, so the qualifier here is stay true to the Lord, but it's also got the quote for the rest of it. So by answering the qualifier, you're sort of using their quote as well. All right, so that would help you. It's an 8 marker. This is the area that we struggled with in the Islam 8 marker. So make sure that we say use our evaluation. To what extent? So, staying true to the Lord. Well, he spoke about Jesus as Messiah. Council of Jerusalem, he wanted everyone to stay true to the Lord. Establishing these communities, he kept writing letters back to these communities to tell them how to stay true to the Lord. His theologies of these were all about helping people stay true to the Lord. The idea of salvation through Jesus Christ, through baptism, you can link that in absolutely. helps them to stay true to the Lord, and you continue to do those. So there are an infinite number of combinations if you link from each of the columns here, but it's really going to be the impact and the judgment language that you use on the 8 marker that's going to make the difference. Do this in real time. So to do that most effectively, have already planned. What am I going to be talking about? My first sentence, my second sentence, my third sentence, etc. So use this page to help you plan that. Once you've done, now it's only 20 minutes preparation before you have the 25 minutes of writing, so you've got to really use this time effectively. I don't care if it's not perfect. We need to learn, so I don't want anyone to cop out and say, oh no, I'm not ready for it, I'm not going to do it. Everyone's handing in their paper and everyone's having a crack at it by the end of this lesson. All right, good luck.